And Dad and I went to church, which was nice, but it's just been a busy day. Busy, busy, busy. That's why I
Yeah.
didn't get a chance to do the
Articles.
I did the articles quickly. I've been loading a lot on because I don't know what you wanted to talk about. There's a lot of stuff that was going on this week, but I never read them all because I loaded on my reading list and then I try and go in the morning, but I had no morning today, so I was
Right.
screwed.
Well, I think the biggest one, I mean, we've already been talking. I mean, well, anyway, besides that, the rest of the week was good.
Yeah.
Right? Anything,
The rest of
anything
my week was
eventful?
good. Well, yeah, I guess so. Dad was gone, up to your grandfather's.
Oh,
Mike
right.
came in and he went to see Superman. He told me about crypto, so I'd go see it just for crypto.
Mike said it was
Um,
good. That movie's doing phenomenally well right now.
he said it was good, but crypto was the one, like
He made the movie.
he really liked it because of the dog,
I think it's
and it had a
completely
bigger part.
CGI too. I don't think that dog's real at all. I'm not
He's
sure.
convinced it looks just like
Yeah.
Bo, like a white version of Bo, but Bo's hair's a little wavier. And I'm just trying to think what else happened this week. Yeah, not much. Bo got groomed. So it was fairly quiet this week, not much going on, which was good. But it was busy because it was building to this weekend.
Right, right,
Every
right.
day, something else is going on. As you know, I've been doing stuff with your uncle, so I've been back and forth with him a million times. Oh, and Kenny too. Kenny was involved in something, so yeah, I was busy phone stuff and whatnot. But I didn't expect this weekend to turn out to be as hectic as it has been so far. So I'm hoping once it quiets down up there, they'll have a leisurely ride back, and we can just kind of go back to our usual routine next week and
Yeah.
let it
Hopefully.
go.
Yeah.
Hopefully, right?
I'm I'm trying to get ahead on videos because I was about to tell you before, I'm using the scheduler a lot more now that YouTube has a
Oh,
scheduler.
okay.
So now instead of having to stop and do my social media posts at 3:30 and 11:30, I just do them in the mornings so that I don't have to stop midday,
Okay.
which is so nice.
That's
So
good.
I've been able to do that with videos. I've never done it with short form content before. So, and I can do the same thing on TikTok as long as I upload them through my computer. So it lets me get off my phone more, which is nice.
I pulled an interview with it's a short clip with what's his name? Mr. Wonderful, the Shark Tank guy.
Yeah.
Mr.
No, you're
Yep.
right, Mr. Wonderful. Let
He
Kevin
worked
Leary.
for Steve Jobs for a while and he said he was a really nasty guy.
Yeah.
But in listening to the clip, what was interesting was he was breaking down how he approached stuff. So Jobs would say, you take your three main things.
Yeah.
That's your signal. And all the other stuff in the course of the day is your noise. And you do not stop until you finish those three things and you shut out the noise, which it's easy to say that, but I guess it depends on what your three things are. It's going to be different for every person, even in the same situation, what you value for three top things. But it is an interesting way, and it's sort of an art form that we've lost where people get multitasking. I got to
Yeah.
do this now. I'm going to do that now, and because our brains are not wired to do one cohesive thing anymore,
Right.
or at least not as much as in the past. Even for uneducated people, they had the capacity to make it to focus a little longer. So I just thought that was very interesting. That's what you know. It's a good way of looking at things. What are your three main things you want to do in the
I
course
don't
of the
know why.
day?
I gotta cut this out, but I don't know why this came to mind. But speaking, I don't know why. I guess laser focus is what made me think about this. But there's a guy at my gym who, the term hard strength, mom. Okay.
Absolutely, I've heard it many
Yeah, I
times from you
definitely
guys.
I gotta cut most of this out of all of it. But there's a guy there. His son's gotta be older than me. He's probably like in his mid-30s, I would say. He's gotta be like
Yeah.
6'4", 6'5", and he's like super special needs, right?
Oh wow.
Mom, he's like his dad works out with him, and his dad's like 5'8", 5'6", or
Yeah.
something like that. So it's like of Mice and Men, it's like him and Lenny or whatever,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Mom, the special needs kid was benching. I mean, 4 plates each side,
Wow.
like four. What is that? 395. Mom, like 8 reps, 10 reps. I was like, Mom, like The Rock couldn't do that. I was like, yeah, but he was the biggest 6'5" I've ever seen. Like heavy set, right? You got that on
Solid,
belly, you know what
yeah.
I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I don't know if authentic belly is the right word, but
Yeah, really.
the
I
a-
think I have
the
that.
the Asperger burger belly, that's what
I
we're
think I have that.
gonna.
God.
So, but he's like Dad, I could do it, and I was like, oh man, I hope he could do it, Mom. I've never seen 395 go up so fast before.
Wow.
Like, he's like, Dad, I can do it. And I was like, please do it. Please do it. Mom, he fucking got like 8 reps of 395. I was like, oh my God.
Like,
I wanted to. I think there was a little tear in my eye, but I think there was like a little like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So
I can't get too close.
yeah. That's the kind of person where if if he snaps, everyone's dead. He's killing everyone in there. So like 6'5". Yeah. It's like Lenny with the, is it Lenny? I don't know. Lenny and
Stan or something like that. Lenny and you're right.
Hold on, let me look it up. I got it. George, yeah. So George was a special needs one. So the dad was like Lenny. He was more like George. And remember George used to kill the rabbits by accident? That's the kind of shit. Like, you're scared you're going to give him a high five and he's just going to break your hand. It's one of those. But they had, there's another kid there that has Tourette's, like legitimate Tourette's. He's like 5'4", but he's...
What the hell kind of gym do you... Is it a special needs gym?
I'll tell you, the people in there are not normal. Like, either incredibly strong or like powerlifting, bodybuild. There are people in there that are...
Please tell me you don't fit in.
My mom's an asshole. No. Yeah. I gotta cut that out. But he's got Tourette's. And it's funny because he just, like, in between sets, it just makes him like, woo! That's good. So
that's kind of fun at the gym.
It's fun. It's fun until so all the benches were taken, and he'll stand behind. He's like, damn, all these, when are these people gonna get the fuck up? Like, stuff like that. And you're just like, oh man, this could get ugly. But everyone knows he has Tourette's. But it's funny because he'll just make some noises like he'll finish the set and be like, woo! And he's always, he's also wearing, he always wears like either Superman, like, there's got to be a level of autism in there too, but he usually has the funkiest clothes on, and then he always has socks with capes.
Like little
capes. Yeah, remember those little Batman ones that I had when I was a kid? He still has those. Yeah. Yes. So he's got these long Superman ones that have little capes on the back. So he'll have those, or he'll have like Spider-Man ones. He's usually wearing one thing that's...
Yesterday I was at 2 nights ago. I'm at Walmart buying red material, right? Then coming home the next day and cutting out 2 holes for Julian's head and Michael's head. They saw the video of the capes going to Superman. I said, did anybody say anything when you walked in? Sadly, he goes, not really.
Why? But yeah, that kid always makes me laugh when I'm there because a lot of times I won't have a headset on, and he'll just go, woo! It's my favorite. He has a headset, and sometimes he'll sing a little bit, And what else does he do? Oh, he'll whistle a lot. He'll whistle a lot. Like I'll just do like, I can't whistle, but like,
I gotta believe that AI can somehow figure out the brain, like what is causing them to do.
Oh,
that.
I'm sure.
It's the weirdest glitch, and you would think by now we get AI going in there and solving that problem because. It's got to be
It's a wiring. It has to be a wiring.
Yeah, it's got to be a wiring thing because they're perfectly normal in many cases. They just develop it.
You know that is it TLC or HTC? Whatever the TV show is with the girl that has serious Tourette's. Have you seen that one? That show, like when you watch that and you see the worst of worst when it comes to Tourette's, you're like, how do you go out in public? Right when she's dropping the N-bomb and
Yeah.
She can physically function, but like she'll just drop the N-word and her brother has to be like, look, everyone, she has Tourette's, I swear. Like you have to have a shirt or something that says I have Tourette's. Like you have to.
So weird about it because they say the most vile of things. It's not like just a random word.
Yeah.
It's oftentimes it's a swear word or something that, again, AI's got to identify. Is it something in your mind that traumatized you that you bring it to the surface? I just find it
I always wonder.
I don't know enough.
I always wonder if you don't teach them those words, do they figure them out? Right? If they don't know.
Right. If they're never exposed to those words.
I
don't know.
I didn't hear the N-word till I met Matt Sprague.
It's a bad influence.
Oh, Oh, speaking of which, hold on, let me show you this. I thought you would love this one. I can't wait to tell Mom tomorrow that you're...
Convenient, man. The managers are never in when there's fucking... Oh, hey, guess what? It's the subway that I used to I'm fucking mad, dude. It's the subway of the place that I used to live around the corner from when I lived with Nuts, which, oh, guess what? Had real people there from this country there, and the subs are always good. Guess who fucking picked up the fucking phone? Mark Benjunky. Fucking piece of shit, man. Holy fuck.
God.
Like, get out of the country, dude.
Get out of the country.
Holy shit. Useless people. Useless fucking people. They're get dogs in there, man. Get robots in there. Bring back the fucking Down syndrome people. They were better at it. What are you doing?
Oh, a Subway sub.
God.
Bring back the Down syndrome people.
Oh my God.
Oh, he called them every day for a week until he got someone that spoke English.
I'll tell you though, he's not wrong. And Mike had a high school friend. His sister had
I'll cut that out too, Mom.
No, his sister had Down syndrome. So, and she was, I think, 2 years younger than he was. And the mother would say she freaking does more around the house than he does. Like, she's more capable of cooking dinner. She takes care of the house, all this stuff, than her older brother Zach was. So there are some high-functioning ones. I'd take them in a subway over some of the assholes that I've had to deal with who don't speak English or don't understand you or screw up the sandwich. I love the ones who ask if you want the bacon toasted. It's wrong. Why would you ask that? What the hell kind of country did you come from?
Jesus.
We gotta ask if you want the bacon toasted. Mike used to always get the chicken with the bacon. I'm like, wait.
It's such a good point. Yeah, it's raw bacon. How, like, of course, you gotta fucking cook it.
Would you like this toasted?
Yeah.
Mike would be like, yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, yeah. I don't want to make fun of these people, but like, come on, man. Like, you gotta, like, common sense. It's just gone with some of these people.
Give me raw bacon.
Yeah. I want it uncooked. I want it still alive.
Oh God, I know you don't eat pork, but you're guys be we do it. We cook it first, okay?
Yeah, jeez. Oh, it's funny. Yeah, but yeah, he does have a point. Like, the worst is when you call, like, it's always tough when you call these call centers, and it's not only do they have the broken English, but you're also on like a $5 headset microphone to call, and you're like, oh God, please. Yes. I mean, I think Aunt Sue, Uncle Jerry, who's the most patient of people, was like, can I have someone else, please? I think he literally snapped about something.
Cram what I think is 20 of them in a 3x3 room to answer these calls because you're hearing every conversation in the background.
I don't know if we could keep any of this footage.
Them.
I don't know if I can keep any of this. I don't know if we're going to get canceled before we talked about special needs and Indians and we put them together. Like, oh God. Jeez. Oh, okay.
All right, on that note.
Yeah, let's. How about
something similar to that? Let me tell you something. So there's a Bitcoin. I got 2 AI articles.
That's how you're going. Oh wait, hold on. I got a better one to segue this one. Let's talk about the NFL fighter beating up on that, or the NHL.
NHL.
Yeah, the NHL guy on. Which was that?
I sent you guys that one.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell is going on
here?
Bang. Over
my
golf.
God.
The guy was going too slow or something.
I'm literally just going to call this podcast Getting Canceled. The title of this was just, we're getting canceled. So Alberta, first off, we're in Canada, so you already know this is going to go bad. This guy is a former NHL player. Big dude. Big. And what happened was these guys in front of him were incredibly intoxicated. They were just drinking the whole time. And then they wouldn't let the NHL player and his crew pass, right? Play through.
Right.
So, I mean, let's watch this for those of you that haven't, and I'll chop it up a little bit. But
tough guy. Hurry up. I'll promise you that. Hurry up.
Oh, it's only 1 year.
Not that. No, he's not. Not that.
So that guy right there is like 12 deep at least.
You're not tough.
Yeah.
Let's get going. Get going. Or you can play behind us all, and you can take all the time you want.
Look at that. He's ready. This guy's ready to fight a former NHL player. Retired, did almost 17 years in the league or something like that.
It's fine. He's not teeing it up.
And remember, it's golf. They're not at like.
Yeah, really. If you're getting that messed up in golf, you got a problem.
This is not fun.
So let's skip it a little bit to, let's see. Is this going to skip to just him on the ground? Yep.
Thrown like a
Wrong
ragdoll.
time. Yeah. So this is where he goes, I'm going to fight the NHL player.
Need to get off
He's barely able to stand on his feet.
Whoa! Here we go. He's like that kid at the gym.
back up. Don't know what you're doing.
What a bad idea. Now, hold on, I want to pause this real fast. Okay, look at how much bigger the NHL player is compared to that little guy.
Man.
He chucks him. Push number 1. That's not the best part.
You want another? You want at me?
He's coming back for more. He's coming back for more. Here we go. Okay, grabs the jersey. This is how you know you're about to get fucked up by an NHL player. Here we go.
Oh my
Ready?
God.
Listen for the bangs. Leave it alone, man. Guy's still going.
Oh my God.
Bang. Bang.
Oh my God.
So he's already concussed. Now the guy's like, okay, stay down, but no.
Yeah, don't
Ready?
get up.
This is the best part, ready? Watch the hang time. Woo! Wee! I just like he
And he's still getting up.
he threw him like he weighed nothing.
Yeah.
Ready?
That guy's- He's stupid drunk. Like, he doesn't even know enough to just stay down. Yeah. Oh.
Get him the out of here.
No, it's not gonna go well for
It's not okay.
I don't know if there's any more than that, but
Moving. I said stop looking like an idiot. Get out of here.
Stop looking like
Embarrassing yourself.
Like you're done. This
that.
will happen
Okay.
every-
Don't get in the
Nick-
car and
yeah.
drive it.
Nick, you're
Okay?
done.
Your concussion. Your drunk ass concussion.
Oh, yeah.
Concussion.
Leave him alone.
he's concussed, but he thinks he's drunk. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I have to believe that's it because we would have seen more. But the best, when the guy's yelling "bang" every time he hits you, like he's in a comic book and he's a superhero. That's how you know.
Special effects.
Yeah,
He's in his
if
own
you're
special effects.
if you're adding your own special effects, you've lost. Stop getting
You're
up.
screwed. You're screwed.
I do
Doesn't
wonder.
matter.
I do wonder though what's going to come out from this because it's gotta. I mean, first off, it's public intoxication, but you can't. I gotta believe you can't do that even in Canada. So you probably could say self-defense because the guy did come at him, which was mistake number 1.
Yes, and kept coming at him. You know?
Yeah. So at that point, I guess the NHL player will get off pretty. Maybe he'll settle.
Is he
try to
retired or is he currently playing?
he's
A former
retired.
NHL
Yeah, he's
former.
retired.
Okay. Because my point was going to be, you're screwed if you're a pro athlete and somebody comes after you. Sometimes they do it on purpose because they want you to hit them.
Yeah, and you get
make
yeah.
some money. Former, maybe not. He looks like he's been out of it for a while, but
2017
I
was his
gotta
last
press
year.
charges.
So
yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if he tries to press charges.
Yeah.
People like that, they're idiots.
yeah, it's not
Yeah.
worth the headache. Yeah, I mean, since it's all on film.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know because it is technically over aggressive for the situation, right? Drunk guy, throw. Again, you have to be such an idiot to try and attack an NHL player.
Well, even yeah, maybe he didn't know. Maybe he didn't recognize it, but still, the guy's a big guy. What do you got to be so freaking drunk?
You gotta be
to think that
drunk,
you can
stupid.
Take out a guy
yeah.
like that when you got beers in you and you can barely stand up as it
He
is.
threw that guy one-handed and he floated.
Yeah. If there was a wall, he would have checked him into it.
Yeah, really. Oh, yeah. I mean,
Yeah. Boom! Right up against the wall with his
all
forearm.
clean shots too. All clean. So
Yeah.
that guy's gonna have some pretty. I'm sure he was not okay the next day. So he probably had to go to the hospital. Probably check for any head bleeding.
I think throwing him was probably, you could say, defensive, and when he pushed him into the water. When he was doing the special effects, bang, 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 he might be a little trouble for that one. That
Yeah.
one might be a little bit hard
That
to
was
say
pretty-
defense, you know?
Yeah. I don't know, but the guy did keep coming at him, so I can't really.
Oh, yeah.
And
Told him to stay down. Told him to stay
yeah,
down.
I think in that situation, your
Somebody did.
best bet as the NHL player is just to choke him out. I think that's really your only option to not get sued.
I don't know. I mean, Penny got into trouble for that one, and that person was belligerent, you know?
Good point.
The guy in the subway for choking somebody out. If you do it too long, they could die, you know?
Yeah.
I think what he did was fine until he probably was doing the bang bang, you know, like aggressively punching the guy to keep him. The guy.
If I was in the jury, I'd be going.
That was a beautiful shot.
Yeah, I'd be like, how many bangs? How many bangs? It's like those, what's the name of those Walmart kids or the Costco boys who give things. You ever hear this? The Costco kids, the Costco whatever they're called that got famous. The Costco boys.
Doing what?
They're just TikTokers. They're kids, and they just look funny. Hold on. Costco boys. Yeah. Images. So this is the kid, and like it's not even his real dad, to my understanding, or maybe it is his real dad. But this is the one. This is the funny one. That's not even
Christian. Is that his name, Christian?
Yeah.
He's mad because somebody said his name. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're the
Mike was showing me the other
Big
day.
AJ and Big J, the Rizzler. That's his name, right?
The Rizzler. That's right.
They go by booms. So like they'll be like, this Costco hot dog is 5 booms, and people take advantage of that. And some guy on a stream goes, he's like, yeah, guys, today I found out I have terminal cancer, and everyone goes, oh, and then one guy in the background goes, chat, can I get 3 big booms? 3 big booms for the guy with cancer. But
too far.
Yeah, it's too far. But if the guy was yelling booms instead of bangs, he might be okay. I'm just saying.
Oh, jeez.
What else do we have, Mother? What was
Listen, we've lost the art of guys fighting when somebody gets out of hand. Now, a one-on-one fight, I'm okay with. If somebody else joined in, I would have been like, that's ganging up. But you know what? That's how men have traditionally settled their differences.
We used to have duels. We talked about that on the last podcast.
Right. So I think sometimes when somebody's that big of a jerk, you got to defend yourself, and you should be allowed to use any and all skills that you have to kind of mitigate the situation. And, but they'll still sue. The idiots will still try and get some money out of them. Who knows?
Yeah. I also think that technically, if you're an NHL player, you kind of count for 2 people. So I think that was essentially a 2-on-1.
But you can see he's 2 people.
Yeah.
Why would you fight him? You literally can see that he is 2 people.
When you're 12 beers deep, who knows?
Yeah. He probably was seeing literally 2 people.
Yeah, really. What do we got, Mom? What do you want to bring to the table today? I mean, should we just go right into the meat and potatoes and talk about the big news about the Epstein Files and how they're not getting released?
We can. I think there's something fishy going on here. I don't know what it is.
What's the call? What do you think? I want to know what your thoughts are first, because we haven't really talked about it. We talked about it briefly on the phone, but
I think there's something to be said. I don't think it's been handled very well, and I don't know if that's on purpose, which sounds really weird, but the president just came off the win of the big beautiful bill of a holiday weekend, only to come back to this shitstorm. Almost like, why would you release something like this on a Monday, and didn't think it was going to blow up. I mean, they're too savvy to make that kind of mistake, to make a statement like, we're not pressing charges. Sometimes I think it sounds a little weird. Like, are they doing that for a reason, to let other people feel comfortable and think nothing's going to happen to them and get them another way? I think there's probably something to be said for the fact that there is a lot of pedophilia videos, and the children should not be exposed. I agree. But we do know that there's other information, and if there's a reason why you're not putting it out there, they did not handle it very well, And you had brought up a point about, it probably involves people that don't want to be exposed. O'Reilly went on, and that was one of my clips, and he had said during one of his interviews that Donald Trump said to me, man, eye to eye, that it's just not, there's innocent people on there that the media will make it seem like they were involved in bad things.
So here's my 3 thoughts on it. First one, and this is just overview of it, but I feel like it kind of sucks because one of the big running points for Trump was the Epstein Files being released, right? The JFK files were half released, right? We still don't really have all the information on that one. It's just like little tidbits of knowledge. And then this was kind of the big one because it's so recent. And we have Kash Patel saying, well, there's nothing there. We have Pam Bondi saying months ago, there's this list. We're going to release the list. I've seen the list. And then now they're saying there is no list. So, like, clearly something's being hidden there. And I think the reason that is people say, oh, well, Trump's on it. Well, if that were true, Biden would have released it. So here's my guess, right? I got two guesses. Because there's so many people that have taken that plane and been to the island for reasons other than just partying, because again, they did do business deals there, like legitimate business deals, as well as that plane was a rental, right? Epstein would loan it out to people if you want to fly it, right? You'd pay X amount of dollars and whatever. So because of that list, it maybe wasn't as, what's the word? Organized as they expected. So it's kind of like, oh, this person took the plane, but did they go to the island? We can't put two and two together. Maybe they're innocent, maybe they're not. If we release the whole list, some people are innocent, some people aren't, but everyone's just going to say, oh, they're all guilty, right?
Right.
My other thought process is if you release that whole file, that whole list, you're going to find a lot of Republicans on there, and you're going to find a lot of Democrats, which I think we all know. So it's like the president goes, well, if you got former presidents too, I'm sure, go, well, if you're going to release this information about our guys, we're going to release this same information on your guys. So that way they just go, okay, it'll never be released. That's really my only possible thought process for this.
Well, and that goes back to what, like O'Reilly was saying. There's so many people on there that, knowing the media the way it is today, it will only pick one particular group and not even mention the other people, which is absurd. But they will focus on, well, these people were really bad because, and they will weaponize that list. They'll pick those people and do it. And some of those individuals had nothing to do with what was going on. To your point, he did business deals. I don't even think anybody really knows what he officially did. I heard he was an arms trader, whatever. But, he had people all around the world. And there's this other theory that he was actually a government informant.
Right.
And that's another dicey area where they can't release the information. But once again, a lot of conservative individuals and non-conservatives are saying, like Mike Benz, for instance, he's big into conspiracy theories and government weaponizations and how, and he's a pretty smart guy. Even he says, if you're going to say you're going to be transparent, you got to release it, let the chips fall where they may, right?
Right.
Me personally, I know this is bad, and the people who were really harmed and all these individuals who were doing illegal things to him and that Giselle woman, they should be prosecuted, yes. But Ghislaine, thank you. But, I'm still of the mindset, I'd really rather know what happened with the J6 bomber. I'd really like to know what's happening with our voting system. Things that I really want to see investigated, because I can't help those victims now, right? They could go to a court, and all these individuals, we're barely able to prosecute people that we know do crimes. That we literally, like Comey and Brenner, those were big stories this week. James Comey and John Brenner perjured themselves, allegedly, in front of Congress about the Russiagate. We're still doing that stuff, and still nobody's paid a price. So, as much as okay, so I'm going to see a list of names. What does it mean, right? What did they do? What they didn't do? It's probably going to be a lot of politicians from both sides and business people. To see some of the headlines, J.P. Morgan, the people in that, the high level people, were so in deep with this guy and that island. What does that mean? Were they business people? Were they all pedophiles?
Right.
I don't know. But I really don't. Of all the things investigated, that could take years to find that information out, especially if the victims don't come forward.
Yeah, it's not. Either way, it's such a. I still think it's kind of a bad look for Trump right now, in the sense of maybe his numbers haven't fluctuated very much, but I'm looking at a lot of. I wouldn't say conservative voices, I guess. Like Charlie Kirk's even like, well, just don't release the stuff about kids. Release the people that were on there. Like, there's a lot of parts they could release, but choose not to. So that's where my brain goes, why? We don't need footage. I don't want to see footage. Just give me the names.
Right. Right.
So I don't know why that's so difficult.
Oh, yeah. The faces that are on these videos with these kids.
Yeah. I'm sure the FBI has. Yeah, I'm sure the FBI has some level of, I'm sure they have high levels of scanning people's faces and knowing who they are. That's why you have an FBI most wanted. So
Listen,
it's
if they could tell where somebody used an ATM card in Washington, D.C. on January 6, 2021, or was it 2021? If they know that, okay, how hard is it to find an actual face of an individual that's committing a crime in front of you on a video?
yeah,
It's what you want to really do,
yeah.
right? It's
So
what they're willing to pursue.
I feel like this is one of those things where Cash Patel went in there saying, I'm going to expose this. And then when you actually have to go through the trials and tribulations of trying to get it out, there's always some higher power stopping you. Right.
Well, maybe, but I'm still going back to there's something else here. I think there's something else going on that we don't know about. John Solomon, who's a very good reporter, investigative reporter, he made a comment this morning that there's something big coming out that's going to please the MAGA crowd that they've been working on, and they've been kind of doing other things to distract it, and it should be coming out in the next week to 10 days. Interesting. You know, he's on the inside. He gets a lot of data. It sounds like it could be. Now, maybe it's something that they're not worried about Epstein because it's going to blow the top. Nobody's going to care about Epstein after that, right? Or maybe this is a diversion. But to your point, and Trump was doing an interview and Bondi was there and they were asking her about this. And Trump even said, you know, why are we still talking about this guy?
Right.
We had a great week financially. We've got peace in the Middle East. We had the horrible thing that happened in Texas. And that's the best question you have about Epstein. You know, and I kind of understand. I'm surprised the media didn't go crazy. Oh, Trump must be on the list. I'm surprised they didn't go crazy over it, but he has a point.
It just didn't make sense either for him to be on the list at this point if the Biden administration didn't put it out there.
We know they met. We know he was in his social circles. We've had stories about that. They tried to do that in the first election, and it went nowhere. You know, he went to his Mar-a-Lago, he had dinner there, and Trump wound up throwing him out. That's the story I heard. Okay. I don't, like you said, if they had more, I'm sure we would have heard it by now. We would have seen the video on the cover of every magazine across the country or every newspaper and around the world, frankly.
Right.
But, you know, I'm not discounting what this person did. But to bring this out of nowhere, did he kill himself? Didn't he kill himself? Did somebody murder him? We're never going to find out. Never going to find out. So
I still don't know if I believe the whole suicide thing yet. I still don't know if I'm quite there. Like when Cash Patel was on Rogan, he's like, no, it happens when these guys just go on routine shifts and no one's watching the inmates. I'm like, what? That doesn't make sense.
You released a video that's missing a minute. Do they do that on purpose? Because they know people are going to realize that, which makes me wonder, did they do it on purpose? Are they trying to create a story there as a diversion, which people have, political parties have done that. They take a minor story or what's not as important. They blow it up so you're not paying attention to the other object. You're looking at the shiny one over here.
Right.
And this is meat for the I'll say this. I don't think it's falling on Trump, which is interesting. I think Bondi's taking the brunt of it. The Department of Justice is taking the brunt of it. There was rumors that Bongino might not show up on Monday. He was going to quit over it. Cash Patel's definitely. So the insider intrigue is very interesting about that because I don't see it landing on Trump as much. Yes, it's his administration, but the guy's just had so many wins lately that, you know, I do agree. And that's why I'll let it go because so many other positive things have been happening. He's going to make mistakes. This one, you know, can't do much about it. We can't do much about it.
Right. Well, we all make mistakes, but not this one. Not as bad as this one. Keanu Reeves is a crypto scam. Well, I should say it differently. This is not Keanu. Inside the billion-dollar celebrity impersonation Bitcoin scam.
Yeah, this thing tells a whole story about this woman, Margaret, who thought, I mean, you got to wonder about these people. Kevin Costner was chasing after her. He really wanted to be with her. She wound up sending him what? $300,000 was $100,000. $100,000 money. Okay?
Oh my god!
But
73 years old too. Damn.
Right. They're using celebrity AIs to get money. Obviously, it was to the tune of $672 million in 2024. That was according to the FBI, which is roughly $83,000 per victim. This one was $100,000. This is the part I found interesting. Keanu Reeves pays a 3-year-old company called Loti, L-O-T-I. They find the imitations and shut them down. So he would rather pay them because he is just that concerned about his fans being manipulated and coming back on him. They think it's part of a scam where the victims are forced to do this. So when you read the article, and this is interesting, about a month ago, I was reading an article of all these tourists in Asia. They think they're going to get jobs in, I think it's Thailand or whatever. they wind up being basically trafficked.
We talked about this. Yeah, we talked about this
Yeah.
on the podcast.
So they're saying that they think many of these people that are being manipulated to be these, create these AIs and go after these individuals are some of these individuals who they don't mean to do it, but they're being forced to do it. They're literally being forced to work at this like hacking type position. Because if you read the article, it's like systematic. That woman Margaret, she stopped contacting them, and then it beefed up again. Then they had a young woman come along and try and get in touch with her, and claimed it was somebody else, somebody's daughter. So usually with older women, they'll use older male celebrities, and then when they start to lose interest, they bring in the older celebrity's daughter, who will say, "Oh, we're so thrilled that you're with Dad, and I'd really love to meet you."
Wow.
And all of this they think is coming out of this meta shop, or all these different groups. The guy who heads up Lodi really feels like Meta and all these TikTok, they could stop it if they really wanted to.
Well,
they could
I
do it
always
pretty
wonder. I always wonder that when you see these scammers over in these other countries that are clearly scamming people, I'm amazed the FBI doesn't go after these. They would have a field day shutting all these things down.
No, they have, and that was that article I talked about. It's not the FBI, it's Interpol or whatever. It's international. FBI only has jurisdiction in the U.S.
Oh,
Over in Europe, in other parts of the world, you have to use an international group like Interpol or something else. They have been doing it. The problem is they don't know where to put these people. So they get them out, and some of them are now in limbo and literally like an island area. They can't send them home because they don't have documentation, and their home country doesn't want them back. They don't want to go back to this prison type setting where you're forced to do this AI crap all day. They're basically telemarketers by force.
right.
They have to do it. And then when I see this article, I'm like, telemarketing? What are you doing all day? Trying to sell me, Franklin Mint coins or something? But now it makes sense when you have the AI world and the kind of crap they can do online nowadays. I mean, how many times in the course of the day do you and your listeners do you get like these fake emails or these text
The
messages?
text messages are annoying. I get too many of them now.
Constantly. Yeah, I'm getting them constantly.
I got one when Dad was here. I got one that was. I got an email that looked like a Best Buy receipt, and it was like a Russian thing. I was like, man, these are how is that allowed? Because it looked legit, your name and everything on there. Like, whoa.
But if you notice, it'll say, I get it from PayPal all the time. Oh, your cryptocurrency account is great. And I used to flip out, but then I realized there's nothing on this that's my PayPal. I get it. Lately, everybody, including your grandma, has been getting, you owe parking tickets. You have to send money to this group. It looks very legitimate. And it could happen, right? Your brothers live in a city. I'm like, oh, who's screwing up now? But then when I looked into it, I'm like, this doesn't make sense. They're not going to text me a message.
Yeah, it's going to be a government. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, for older people, and Dad's known some personally who have been scammed out of money, and they're not stupid people. One went so far as to go to the bank, and the teller said, oh, no, I'm not going to let you do this. This is a scam. She wanted to withdraw money.
Wow. Geez. How much? Did Dad say how much?
It was like not hundreds of thousands, but like 10,000, 15,000, whatever. I
Wow.
don't remember the amount. But enough that, because now they use, I think we talked about this too, AI can replicate your voice. You call
yeah.
Grandma and say, Grandma, I really need money. Could you send me some money? They're elderly. They're not going to think.
Grandma, I do that anyway. She doesn't do it.
I know.
Graham, I need $50,000.
The best was when your dad said, fortunately, Papa, your grandfather, fortunately, Papa's too lazy to go to the bank and do it.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's a good thing when an elderly person can't physically go. Maybe that stops them.
Yeah,
from a lot
Papa's
of,
like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
Pop's like, nah, it's not. Sorry, you're stuck in
a long
Mexico,
time
Chris.
ago. A long time ago, before AI, he had called and he goes, I'm going to guess that Kenny's not stranded on an island. So he needs ransom money.
Right.
And your dad's like, he's here right now. He's fine,
Yeah.
But it's for a lot of people, they would jump at that. I think I would too if I heard my even adult kid on the phone upset and saying, I need help, help me. Sure, fine, where are you? Tell me what you need. Only after a while do people think to hang up and call and say, oh, no, I'm fine. I'm right home. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's very strange. Well, that's all the more reason why it annoys me where people don't have their phones on them, because say something happens, you call, and then your kid doesn't pick up, and now you're in a shitstorm. Now you're in a shitstorm. So,
Absolutely.
yeah. But yeah, these AIs are getting a little too scary for me. Even
That's
now,
bad
like
AI.
I'm,
No, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just saying, like, the more I learn about AI, and we're quickly becoming an AI podcast because we talk about it all the time, but these things are getting too good to the point where even I'm like, oh, shit.
That's the bad AI. The good AI is they actually did robot surgery. And a robot performed the gallbladder removal on a lifelike patient through voice commands. Okay?
Through voice commands. Wow.
Yes. The robot watched videos and quote unquote learned how to do it. And it did take longer than a regular surgery. You know, if a surgeon did it, performed
but it's still better.
But right, the level of accuracy and the way it could identify certain arteries and vessels. And I think they threw some curves at it, like they shifted it around and gave it a different perspective to see if it could still perform, and it did it.
Wow.
Okay, and it kept performing it. So they think that this, I mean, I don't know what the benefit of this is, other than to say, yeah, maybe you can have these surgeries in poor nations where they don't have the surgical skills. But it also concerns me to say, okay, well, now we won't need as many surgeons.
That's where I was going with it. I was wondering today with how these drugs have been going the last couple years, like in the sense of the insane medical advancements we've done with now we can cure hair loss, we can cure baldness. We have Ratatouille now, which it's about time your boy gets on it, Mom.
What is it? Oh, I never heard of this. Something new?
Yeah, Ratatouille is that Ozempic, but like it's a peptide. I was telling you about. Just gets people jacked. But my question was, how long until there's that one medication that's like, it's not possible to get sick anymore? Like you're going to be in full good condition till you're 100, right? Then you don't need doctors and stuff anymore.
But, you know, there's always other... There's always nature and nurture, you know.
Right.
So
if you get hit by a car, stuff like
you're
that.
always going to need something. And I didn't bring this article, but last week I had pulled it up about the IVF company now that can allow you to do gene samples, gene manipulation, gene editing, and you know, always try to sell it where, well, we could catch a disease before a child has it and fix it. Edit the genes so they won't have that disease. Yeah, that sounds wonderful until you find out, yeah, but we can also decide, you know, I have 3 healthy embryos. I just want the one that looks like it's going to be the smartest or that has the best blue eyes, or it's female versus male. Okay, great. What do you do with those other embryos? We just destroy them. So, you know, you get into all sorts of ethical issues. But to your point, they will say, oh, well, think about it. We can eliminate so many childhood diseases. These kids will no longer be sick. Well, that's great, but according to Robert F. Kennedy Jr., once we get them alive and healthy and out in the world, we just pollute them with foods and dyes and everything else. So, you know, kids can be born healthy, and we wind up, like I said, the environment can affect you, no matter what pills you take or whatever. If you double down on bad,
right?
You know,
well,
it'd be a slow progression.
I also saw, I think 2 weeks ago now, they did the first. I don't think we talked about it on the podcast, but the first surgery overseas. So they had a guy in China controlling a robot in like Germany or something, which technically isn't overseas. Yeah. So same concept, but instead of an AI doing it, he was controlling the machines. So that way the guy didn't have to fly and do the surgery. So yeah, they gave it a rip and it worked. So the medical advancements always blow my mind because those, I mean, we talk about how technology leaps, but right now, whether we thank AI or not, or whether it has to do with AI, the medical industry just keeps going up like exponentially.
Well, and I think it's great, like you said. That's what it was meant to do, to take a lot of information and give good outputs. Like we said about the Tourette's. How come we can't process all the information, come out with an output? I just like to say, well, a doctor can perform a surgery. That's great if they don't have enough surgeons in another part of the world. But normally, if it's an unusual surgery, I would rather that professional doctor do it hands-on. Fly him to do it. If it's just a standard surgery, I think it'd be better to start training some surgeons to do that. You're right. Sometimes tonsillectomy is what it is. It's nothing special. You just never know till the surgery happens. So as long as you have doctors on call, I guess that's fine. But it is the future.
Yeah, 100%. You know what else is the future? The end of TV as we know it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's time. I think they say 2026 is basically where they're going to start cutting. Like, there's no point in keeping TV anymore because no one's using it. My generation doesn't watch TV. They'll just Netflix everything. They'll stream everything. So the major players, Disney, Comcast, Warner Bros., Discovery, are accelerating and dismantling their TV portfolios. So they think that mid 2026 is when it's going to be like, hey, there's no point. Like no one's buying this stuff anymore. And once the older generation leaves, why keep it? So I was like, whoa.
Yeah. I mean, I'm leaning towards that. I will say that, yeah. My only problem that I have is I think it's not so much that we're getting rid of cable TV. We're getting rid of the delivery method. So we're going to replace cable with streaming, and you're going to wind up having streaming packages.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine. So what would that be? The difference, digital versus cable? I don't know, whatever. That's fine. I just, we talked about this. I'm like $300 and some odd a month for our cable, which is ridiculous. For the internet, the cable TV, plus we stream. So it's a lot of money Dad and I spend when we buy the streaming packages.
Ask me how much I spend a month, Mom, on TV.
You're going to have the FBI knocking on your door.
What are you trying to say? You think I'm doing it illegally? What is wrong with you?
I have no idea what you're doing. My point is, I'm fine with doing that and just streaming it. We'd have to get used to it because we're used to just flicking the TV and watching whatever's on. But now I'm at the point where I'm always saying there's got to be one package I could buy that has all of my
everything
stuff.
in it.
I'm into the bundling. But the more you bundle, guess what? It's like having cable TV again.
Well, that's why, like Aunt Sue and Uncle Jerry, I know they have YouTube TV, which is like $80 or whatever it is a month, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
But then they also, I have to believe they pay for the programs within those, like HBO, Paramount or whatever, all of these. So it's got to be like $200 a month just in TV show stuff.
Right.
Now,
then you add your internet. Then they have your internet.
Given they do use the TV a lot. Like they probably watch more TV than all of us, but I still couldn't justify. I couldn't justify $10 a month, let alone $200.
Well, they do have to make money. You got to pay the production companies. They do need to make money. I don't feel bad for them because they make a ton of money. These enough so that Disney can keep churning out these crap movies that's affecting my stock price. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe stop with the movies or make something decent and focus on your streaming and get better quality. Having said that, yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with it. It's just a different way of delivering it. I just think it gets very pricey when you're bundling that.
Right.
And look at someone like your grandmother. She doesn't need any of that. I mean, everybody needs some level of internet in their house if they have cameras for security, whatever.
Right.
You can't not have internet anymore. But for her, we had bare bones cable. There was literally nothing for her to watch. And that was back when she would watch something. And they're not comfortable with streaming. Old people don't know how to do that. They don't want to be bothered like
when you have 5 different remotes trying to figure out,
or 10 different passwords, and they want the simple cable. Hook me up and give me all my channels. So once they can come up with packages like that, you're basically just doing cable all over again.
Yeah, but like even with the cable that we do have at home, I mean, what Dad watches maybe 5 channels. Right? And how many channels does that TV have? 400 something?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we'll probably cut the cable once we move out of this house, too. I'd like to do it sooner because we just have...
There's no point. You're spending, $300 on cable is
boxes.
ridiculous.
Well, you have to rent the boxes, right? You pay for the boxes. And
that's called a scam, Ma.
I know. This rat bastards.
I bet you I can find whatever show you're watching right now for free online in 2 seconds. I'm willing to bet.
When I go upstairs, like now when we're done podcasting, I want to go watch something, or Dad, I watch something. We tend to go into streaming. We'll stream something because
there's something on TV.
Watch it and it's what time is good for us, so we can put it on whenever it works for our schedule. We don't have to make sure we're home at a certain time.
Right, but I will also say the biggest scam, though, this is bullshit on the MLB. Like some days Uncle can get the Yankees, and then they're like, we're going to do Paramount today or whatever, and they don't have Paramount. Like, you think I'm going to buy a Paramount account for a Yankees game? Like, that's...
Yeah.
If you're doing that, you have a problem.
Yeah, I heard about that, and I do think that is really wrong. I mean, I guess that the sports people, that's how they spread it around because they don't want to isolate them to just one channel
Yeah,
and
maybe.
cut out all their other fans. But it's not fair when you take them off of that one channel and only put them on another. I
Right.
mean, you can add channels, but it's not really right to say, well, you can't view it on the way you usually view it.
Yeah, that's kind of ridiculous. I don't. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. It just doesn't.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. But speaking of streaming, my last one for the night. YouTuber changes his dad's life by challenging him to beat Dark Souls. You thinking what I'm thinking, Mom? You think I could get Dad to do it?
No.
Right? So this guy decided after 9 months. So his dad was always like, tell me if this sounds familiar, Ma? Video games are a waste of time. I don't want to do. You're wasting your life. Who does that sound like, Ma?
Well, we know.
So capturing the journey. So basically, he was like, "Hey." So let me read this because that was nice how he said it. The creator explained that he was only allowed to play video games for 1 hour a day max. I didn't even get that. Mine was like maybe 1 day a month if my grades were good, which was some bullshit.
Yeah.
With his father, as if it was a waste of time and that gaming rots your brain. After a long journey with Dark Souls, he felt the complete opposite. Capturing the journey across 9 months worth of streams and videos. The guy's father went from hesitant to completely sold by the end. He's now a regular part of his son's streams and enjoys both gaming and the ability to share the joys of gaming with his son in the Twitch chat. The weight of this experience really hit after beating. Oh, wow. I didn't even know he did that fight. That's a tough fight. With a 69-year-old man saying Dark Souls was thrilling in a way I never experienced before. Hey, Dad, if you ever listen to this. But, yeah, so now the guy's just regular. But it's just funny how, again, if he actually played something, it changed his life.
You know what? It's a generational thing, too, because we're older than, say, some of Mike's parents, Mike's friends' parents.
Right.
And when Mike was little, sometimes they would be on, he'd be doing this like you used to do with the gaming at home, and I'd hear him go like, "Oh, hi, Mr." Like, Harry's dad would be on, they'd be playing with the guys too, and I'm thinking, I know they're not but their dads like to play too.
Well, that's like, Mr. I gotta bleep all these names, but Mr. and Mr. They used to, like, I walked into house growing up, and Mr. and Mr. were playing games together, like online and Xbox. And I was just like, "Well, your dads do this?" It's like, my dad doesn't do that.
I don't know if we were old. No, we weren't older than Mr. Ronco, but Dad did his fair share when we were younger, like before they took off. You had the Atari, all that stuff.
Yeah, not the same today.
But I think we were just a little bit past the whole.
Just shove your camera 50 feet to the right. What are you doing?
Oh, sorry, my watch went off because it's time for Grandma's pills and she's not here.
Right.
Yeah. So anyhow, that's I think it's a generational thing. We were just at the edge of it. Dad probably would have been into it if we were a bit younger, and
This guy's 69. That's 9 years older.
No, but he was in the same ilk as Dad. But you're right. Maybe when Dad's not working anymore, maybe he'll start trying some of these games.
When Dad's retired, I tell Mike all the time when he's home and he's playing Marvel, or when Dad's down, I'm like, tell Dad to get a notebook, sit behind us. We need a Wolverine main.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
The day will come.
The day will come. Probably not.
The day will come.
Definitely not. If this video gets 1 million views, then Dad will be forced to do it. But until then,
But listen, I don't think they're a waste of time. And I used to tell this to you guys all the time. I think it's another, like, we used to watch TV as kids, and our parents would say, shut the TV off and go do your homework, okay? Problem was, our homework was pen and paper. It wasn't like, oh, all right, let me shut the screen down and open up my homework screen, right? The temptation was always there for young people because they were using the same tools to do their homework that they were video gaming at. We at least could make the distinction between the two. So I always thought it was fine. When you get all your work done, go and have fun, entertain yourself. Problem is, young kids don't know when to quit.
And now it turned into a job. How'd that turn out, Ma? But I thought this was good.
No comment.
The 69-year-old man concluded that gaming is much better than sitting in front of a TV, saying that you're not a consumer, you're a participant. I was like, that's a really good way of putting that.
Yes, that is
Yeah.
true. And I do agree. I think they're very entertaining.
Keep watching your
People are.
Yellowstone. I'm living Yellowstone, Ma.
Cowboy hat and
Yeah.
all. Yeah, I don't know.
Playing some Red Dead Redemption.
Like I said, I had no problem with those dads. Like I was saying, they would come home from work and they decide, okay, dinner's done. I'm gonna play some video games. That's fine. Some people throw on the TV. The problem is when people are doing it all day, right?
Yeah. Like, I will
Like,
say
when-
it is ridiculous when, I mean, I get it, it's a job, but there are streamers that will do 12-hour streams a day, right? They'll make it a full-time job. And, I mean, it's tough to say that there's something wrong with that because they're making a lot of money doing it, but that's where you get to the question of, like, hey, when was the last time you spent time with your kids? You know? Like, when was the last time you, like, did something else?
I'll tell you, I don't have a problem with that too because it's very easy to say that to a lot of parents
Right.
work 12-hour days. They don't see their kids. They don't see their kids till at night.
Oof,
So
yeah.
that side of it, it's I don't care what you're doing. You know, you got to make time for people, especially
Yeah.
when you're responsible for them.
Well, the way I see
That's
it, though,
fine.
Mom, is like, even if you're streaming for 12 hours, there's still other work you have to do outside of streaming. So realistically, your days are like 18 hours.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's the part that people don't really understand. They think like once the camera's off, work's done. That's not how that
No,
works.
yeah,
So,
I totally get it. You know,
yeah, well, you've seen the back ends of it, but yeah. I mean, you've seen what Jen has to go through. Our friend Jen, yeah.
And that I understand that that's people make a career. If you make money at it, I absolutely understand. And it's like any job. You better figure out how you can do it. Some people say, listen, your brother has a friend right now. He knows he's working 23 of 24 hours, but he's only going to do
Cool.
that for a few years and then he's got it made, right? But he doesn't have a wife. He doesn't have kids that I know of. And this is the time to do it if that's what you want to do. If you're making money gaming and you got to do that much time to make it work, I get it.
Yeah.
It's a business now. In the 40s and 50s, if somebody going home and say, Mom, I'm going to work in television, they thought they were total losers. And they turned out to be huge producers
Stars,
who made
yeah.
a fortune in Hollywood. So that part of it, I understand. It's just, for people young people especially, right? If you can't support yourself with whatever you're doing, that's not a job. It's a hobby.
Right.
And for young kids, they don't have the discipline mentally and emotionally to turn it off.
But I also think, and something I talk about with Paris and Ariel all the time, is like, and then there's those kids that end up becoming famous so young and making millions and millions of dollars by the age of like 17, and their lives are just miserable, or they're so out of touch. And
Right.
they tell me about some of the stories of people that they know, and I'm just like, geez, really? It's like famous YouTubers too that.
I can absolutely see that. I mean, that's what we talk about all the time, quality of life. And that's true of any job too. There's plenty of people who work. They're grunts, or they're very successful. They make a lot of money, and then all of a sudden they're miserable
Right.
because they have no challenges anymore.
No.
Or they've lived for the money, and then they get the money, and now they're empty. They don't know their kids. They don't know their spouse. They live in a big, beautiful house, but they don't care.
Right.
They still don't have meaning.
Yeah.
That's going to happen to people sometimes.
Jeez. Way to end the podcast on a positive. We really brought that one down, huh?
Let me think of something positive
Yeah.
to say for the rest of the week.
It's supposed
Hey,
to
the
rain.
job numbers are good.
It's supposed to rain tomorrow for like 20 minutes. But
Hey, the job numbers are good. Economy's looking up.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Little hope, lots of hope for the future. Yes.
I don't know how to segue to that. I
Yeah.
don't know how to segue out of that. But
Trying to think of something positive that was in the news that we could go with. Not too much.
yeah, really, there's really not much, huh? But we can wrap it up. Doesn't really matter. This was a good podcast either way. So we only did an hour. It felt like longer than an hour, but we did talk
Yeah,
beforehand.
it did
so
feel longer.
and God knows I have to cut some stuff out. So this one might not be a full hour, but we'll see. We'll see how much I have to cut out of that one. Or do we just let it fly and see if that brings viewership?
Hey, we had fun. Who cares?
Yeah, we had fun. We had fun. It's for the great grandkids. Who cares? So yeah, we can wrap it up. The only things I have to promote, I finally, by the time this comes out, the walkthrough for Lies of P Overture will be done. Thank God. 9 episodes of that. and then we can move on to other things. I posted a speed run on Saturday. What else, guys? I think that's pretty much it. What was the other video? I don't remember what. Oh, what's this video? Yeah, so just that one. So besides that, this comes out on Monday. We have our usual schedule next week. Social media, promo code, stream links, Discord down below, and hopefully we will see you guys next week for the live podcast. I'll take that as a yes. Yeah. All right, guys, we'll see you in the next one. Yeah. Later.